Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Reading Therapist. I am Amy Teague. I'm a CALT, Certified Academic Language Therapist, and Dyslexia Specialist. And so in this video, I'm just going to give a little bit on the importance of hearing and teaching the short vowels and making sure your students can really hear and identify the short vowels because of all the important things that they do with spelling and reading. And we're going to talk about some of those. We spell a certain way after we hear a short vowel. And hearing that short vowel can tell you, oh, I need to spell with these letters instead of this one. And then for K, for example, and CK, we spell CK after a short vowel. Well, if it's not a short vowel, chances are it's going to be K, like in bank or peak. So those are some examples of reading and spelling and hearing the short vowels. Also, some of our 5 rules. A few of those involve short vowels as well. Hearing that short vowel in a 1-syllable word, we may know we need to double a certain letter. Or in a 2-syllable word, when you hear one consonant sound in the middle, or in the medial we say, after a short vowel sound, then we know we need to double that letter in spelling. Or if you're reading, you do the flip. It tells you how to read that vowel. So those are some examples of the importance of the short vowels and why I like to teach those early on, because it really helps a lot with a lot of different spelling patterns, and it helps in reading as well. In 1992, A.R. Cox from Foundations for Literacy, Structures and Techniques for Multisensory Teaching of Basic Written English Language Skills, and this was from Cambridge, Massachusetts Educators Publishing Service, found the positioning of the mouth and related that to a musical scale. So with our short sounds, the highest sound is I, and your mouth is stretched the most. I, a, So we teach the positioning of the mouth in accordance to what A.R. Cox had discovered and posted. The first rule we teach is called the Floss Rule, and it is 1-syllable words that end in an F, L, or S. After a short vowel, that F, L, or S gets doubled. And these are words like fill, mess, pass, fluff. And again, you've got to hear that short sound before the F, L, or S at the end of a 1-syllable word to know to double it, or on the flip, to see that F, L, or S doubled and know it's a short vowel. Another thing short vowels do, and one of the rules, when you hear one medial consonant sound after a short vowel sound, we double that medial consonant, like in the word rabbit. That's why there's 2 B's. So it tells you when you're spelling, oh, there's one medial consonant in a 2-syllable word after a short vowel. I need to double that B. And in reading, when you see that doubled B, you know that vowel is going to be short. Later, we learn, when there's one consonant after that vowel, it's a syllable division pattern, a vowel, consonant, vowel. When there's one consonant, a lot of the times that vowel before is going to be long, not always, but so when you see that double consonant, that's a big clue that this vowel is going to be short. So that's another example of how beneficial the short vowels can be. The last of the 5 rules that we teach that involve short vowels in the program some of us use, an Orton Gillingham based program called Basic Language Skills, BLS for short. We call it the Clover Rule because if a 4-leaf clover has 4 checkpoints. So we look at a word, if it follows the 4 checkpoints, that tells us we double that final consonant. So it's really doubling rule is what it is. And when you take a base word like pit, and if it ends in a vowel, then a consonant, then you're adding a vowel suffix, a suffix that starts with a vowel, like ed, ing, ish. So that's one of the checkpoints, has to be a vowel suffix. then and that base word with that vowel and the consonant is accented. Well, all one syllable words are accented, so that one's checked if you're talking about a one syllable base word. So if you've got that accented syllable, you have a vowel, then a consonant, and you're adding a vowel suffix, then the little stem says you double. And so pit, P-I-T, becomes pitted with two T's. Hog becomes hogging with two G's. So this is called the doubling rule, is what it is. It's doubling that final consonant in the base word when you're adding a vowel suffix. And so some non-examples would be if a base word ends in two different consonants. Another example of when you wouldn't double is if you have two vowels before that consonant in the base word, which we call vowel pair. For example, like beat in beating, you wouldn't double the T. Or treated, you wouldn't double that T either. And then another example would be if you're adding a consonant suffix. So these are suffixes that end in a consonant letter like LESS or NESS or LY. So in legless, you don't double the G there because it's a consonant suffix. So let's look at some specific examples of when you would spell a certain way after a short vowel. So one of the first ones we teach has to do with k sound at the end of a one syllable word. Am I going to spell with CK? Am I going to spell with K? We don't typically spell one syllable words with C, so we'll save that for later. It comes in when you get into two syllable words down the road. But for one syllable words, like duck, pack, pick, or tank, seek, is it a K? Is it a CK? Well, it has to do with that short vowel. So if you hear a short vowel, I, a, then you know you're going to spell CK. If it is a consonant before one of the other syllable patterns, like a vowel R, like bark, or a vowel pair, like seek, that's going to be a K. So that's one of the first concepts we teach with that ending K. It's hearing a short vowel. When you want to spell a J sound at the end of a one syllable word, we would spell that DGE after a short vowel. We would spell GE after, pretty much everything else, like a vowel pair or a long vowel, like in page or in binge. But badge, bridge, edge, DGE after a short vowel. Then, when you want to spell a ch sound at the end of a one syllable word, that's a trigraph TCH. Trigraph meaning three letters making one sound, just like the DGE was, J. Well, the other trigraph, TCH, ch, we would use that after a short vowel, like in pitch or batch or which, for example. And then CH after a vowel pair or a consonant, like bench. So those are a few examples of why we need to know those short vowel sounds, why it's important for children to be able to hear them, and knowing those concepts when they're reading to help them know how to read that vowel. So some of the things I do to build this skill, I teach them individually. We practice the sounds. We do some phonological awareness activities also with identifying the short vowel sounds. Or, is it short or is it long? Which vowel sound do you hear? They'll repeat the word and tell me, oh, it's a long vowel or it's a short vowel. So things to build that sound awareness. And then I also do scavenger hunts. Like I'll give a little chart to my students. They take it home. They just look around. They look for words that have short vowels in them. I do have a free copy of this available on my website, which is aimeeteague.com, AIMEETEAGUE.com. And on Teachers Pay Teachers, I have a free copy there that you can download. And it's just a simple activity to build these skills with the students in hearing and really knowing what those short vowels are, which then builds to understanding each of these concepts, which tremendously helps spelling and reading as well. So if you enjoy this content, it's helpful. Look for my other videos that I have, The Reading Therapist. And if you have a child needing these services, academic language therapy, you can find my information there as well on that at that website, amyteague.com. And hopefully this was helpful, and I will see you next time here on The Therapist, The Reading Therapist.